To remove a floor outlet, you will need a screwdriver, electrical tape, wire nuts or electrical connectors, a junction box, and optionally, a drywall patch kit. Firstly, ensure safety by turning off the power to the outlet at the circuit breaker or fuse box. It is vital to verify that the power is off at the outlet using a non-contact voltage tester. Once the power is confirmed to be off, proceed with the following steps. 1. Remove the faceplate and outlet. Unscrew the faceplate covering the outlet. Using a screwdriver, remove the screws holding the outlet in place. Carefully pull the outlet out of the electrical box. 2. Disconnect the wires. Note the colors of the wires connected to the outlet. Disconnect the wires from the outlet by unscrewing the terminal screws. Twist together the two neutral wires, which are usually white, and cap them securely with a wire nut or electrical connector. Similarly, twist together the two hot wires, which are usually black, and cap them with a wire nut or electrical connector. If there is a ground wire, which is usually bare copper or green, connect it to the grounding screw on the electrical box. 3. Remove the electrical box. Loosen the screws holding the electrical box in place. Carefully pull the electrical box out of the floor. 4. Plug the hole. If the hole in the floor is too large for the new flooring, you may need to install a junction box. Place the junction box over the hole and secure it with screws. Fill any remaining gaps with caulk or wood filler to provide a smooth surface for the new flooring. 5. Patch the floor, which is optional. If necessary, use a drywall patch kit to repair the hole in the floor, ensuring it is level and ready for the new flooring. 6. Reinstall the flooring. Install the new flooring over the patched area, making sure it is flush with the surrounding floor. Here are some additional tips. If you are unsure about any part of the process, it is best to contact an electrician for assistance. Use high-quality materials to ensure a safe and reliable connection. If the wires are damaged or brittle, they should be replaced to prevent future issues. Also ensure that the flooring material you are installing can withstand the heat generated by occasional use of a floor outlet if you plan to reinstall one later. Remember, safety is paramount when working with electricity. Always double-check that the power is off before starting any work. Use appropriate safety gear, such as gloves and eye protection, to prevent injury. When connecting wires, make sure the connections are tight and secure to prevent loose connections, which can cause overheating and electrical fires. When using wire nuts, twist them tightly onto the wires and wrap them with electrical tape for added security. Ensure that all wires are properly insulated to prevent shorts and electrical shocks. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is always best to hire a qualified electrician to do the job for you. They have the knowledge, skills, and experience to safely and effectively complete the work. Consider the long-term use of the area when deciding whether to remove the outlet completely or install a junction box for future access. If you might need an outlet in that location in the future, installing a junction box allows for easier reconnection. When patching the floor, use a patching compound that is compatible with the existing flooring material. This will help ensure a seamless and long-lasting repair. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for applying the patching compound and allow it to dry completely before installing the new flooring. If the floor outlet was located in a high-traffic area, consider using a more durable flooring material in that area to prevent wear and tear. This will help ensure that the new flooring lasts for many years to come. Before starting any electrical work, check your local building codes to ensure that you are following all applicable regulations. This will help prevent any problems down the road. If you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to contact a qualified electrician for assistance. They can provide valuable guidance and ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. Remember to take your time and be careful when working with electricity. Rushing can lead to mistakes and accidents. By following these steps and tips, you can safely and effectively remove a floor outlet and install new flooring. Always prioritize safety and consult with a professional if you are unsure about any part of the process. Ensure all connections are properly made to avoid future electrical hazards. Consider the placement of furniture and other items in the room when deciding whether to remove or relocate the outlet. This can help ensure that the outlet is still accessible and useful. When removing the electrical box, be careful not to damage any surrounding structures. This can help prevent costly repairs. If you encounter any unexpected problems, such as damaged wires or rotted wood, stop work and consult with a qualified professional. They can assess the situation and recommend the best course of action. After completing the work, thoroughly inspect the area to ensure that everything is safe and secure. This can help prevent any future problems. By following these guidelines, you can safely and effectively remove a floor outlet and install new flooring, creating a beautiful and functional space. Remember, safety is always the top priority when working with electricity. Now let's delve a bit deeper into each step to provide even more clarity and guidance. When turning off the power at the circuit breaker, it's essential to identify the correct breaker that controls the outlet you're working on. If the breaker is not clearly labeled, you can use a process of elimination. Turn off one breaker at a time and then use your non-contact voltage tester to check if the outlet is still live. Once the tester indicates no voltage, you've found the correct breaker. It's a good practice to label the breaker clearly once you've identified it to avoid confusion in the future. When removing the faceplate and outlet, be gentle to avoid damaging the surrounding flooring. Use the correct size screwdriver to prevent stripping the screws. If the screws are stuck, try applying a small amount of penetrating oil to loosen them. When disconnecting the wires, take photos or draw a diagram of how the wires are connected before you disconnect them. This will be helpful if you ever need to reconnect the outlet in the future. Use wire strippers to remove the insulation from the ends of the wires, being careful not to nick or damage the copper strands. When connecting the wires with wire nuts, twist the wires together in a clockwise direction before applying the wire nut. This will help ensure a secure connection. Make sure the wire nut is properly sized for the number and gauge of wires you're connecting. When connecting the ground wire, ensure that it is securely attached to the grounding screw on the electrical box. The ground wire provides a path for electricity to flow safely to the ground in the event of a fault, helping to prevent electrical shocks. When removing the electrical box, be careful not to damage any of the wires inside the box. If the wires are tightly packed, you may need to use a small screwdriver or pliers to gently loosen them. If the electrical box is difficult to remove, check for any hidden screws or nails that may be holding it in place. When plugging the hole in the floor, choose a junction box that is the appropriate size for the hole. The junction box should be made of a durable material, such as metal or plastic, and should be properly sealed to prevent moisture from entering. When filling any remaining gaps with caulk or wood filler, choose a product that is compatible with the flooring material. Apply the caulk or wood filler evenly and smoothly, and allow it to dry completely before installing the new flooring. When patching the floor, use a patching compound that is specifically designed for repairing floors. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for mixing and applying the patching compound. Allow the patching compound to dry completely before sanding it smooth. When reinstalling the flooring, follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation. Use the appropriate tools and materials to ensure a professional-looking finish. Be careful not to damage the new flooring when installing it around the patched area. If you are installing a new floor outlet, choose a model that is specifically designed for use in floors. These outlets are typically more durable and resistant to moisture than standard wall outlets. When installing a new floor outlet, follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Be sure to properly ground the outlet and connect the wires according to the National Electrical Code. Finally, remember that working with electricity can be dangerous. If you are not comfortable performing any of these steps, it is always best to hire a qualified electrician to do the job for you. By taking the necessary safety precautions and following these detailed instructions, you can safely and effectively remove a floor outlet and install new flooring, creating a beautiful and functional space that you can enjoy for years to come. The most crucial aspect of this task is safety. Never underestimate the potential hazards associated with electrical work. If at any point you feel uncertain or overwhelmed, do not hesitate to seek professional assistance. An experienced electrician can ensure the job is done correctly and safely, giving you peace of mind. This is especially important if you live in an older home with potentially outdated wiring. Older wiring may be more brittle or damaged, increasing the risk of electrical problems. A professional electrician can assess the condition of your wiring and recommend any necessary upgrades or repairs. Furthermore, if you are planning to install a new floor outlet in the future, it is essential to choose a location that is both convenient and safe. Avoid placing the outlet in areas where it is likely to be exposed to moisture or heavy foot traffic. Consider the placement of furniture and other items in the room when choosing the location of the outlet. This will help ensure that the outlet is easily accessible and not obstructed. When installing a new floor outlet, be sure to use a ground fault circuit interrupter (GFCI) outlet. A GFCI outlet is designed to protect you from electrical shocks by detecting imbalances in the electrical current. If an imbalance is detected, the GFCI outlet will quickly shut off the power, preventing a potentially dangerous electrical shock. GFCI outlets are especially important in areas where there is a risk of moisture, such as kitchens, bathrooms, and outdoor locations. In summary, removing a floor outlet is a straightforward task that can be accomplished safely and effectively by following these steps and taking the necessary precautions. However, it is essential to remember that safety should always be the top priority. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, do not hesitate to seek professional assistance. A qualified electrician can ensure that the job is done correctly and safely, giving you peace of mind and protecting your home from potential electrical hazards. By taking the time to do the job right, you can create a beautiful and functional space that you can enjoy for many years to come. And lastly, disposing of electrical components properly is also an important thing to consider. Do not simply throw away old outlets or wiring in the trash. Many communities have recycling programs for electronic waste, or e-waste, which can help ensure that these materials are disposed of safely and responsibly. Check with your local municipality or waste management company for information on e-waste recycling programs in your area.